yeah, we'll be doing just showing you guys how I make bases using mixed media. The mixed media approach creates a really fast result that I think looks really good. So, and it's not really super challenging. It's pretty fun, a pretty fun process. So. What do you use to sculpt clear sticky goo like slime? You can use some UV resin, I would say. They also sell flexible UV resin if it needs to be flexible. And you can also mix pigments into it, like paint, to kind of tint it into like a green see-through slime. What do you use for spit? There's a glue called right here. It's a German-made glue called Yoo-hoo glue. And if you want to make those really thin little spit strands that go from the upper jaw to the lower jaw, these do such a good job. This does such a good job at that. And then you can kind of, once this hardens, you can coat over it with UV resin if you want to build up the durability. You chickened out. Well, I will say this is fun and it creates a really nice effect. I try to resist doing this because it's not super durable, you know what I mean? But there's not really a way to make a thin strand that's super small like that really durable. Unless maybe you use like I saw a technique where you actually use feathers, white feathers, how they have those how they have those little individual hairs. There's a technique where you essentially remove one of those individual strands. These ones are all like stuck together. Anyways, you get the idea. You just get one of the strands and you cut it, and then you glue it. You glue it on the bottom jaw and on the top jaw, and then you drizzle UV resin along the line. And that creates like a really durable spit strand. Or fishing line, yeah, fishing line. Yeah, you're right. Definitely fishing line if you need it to be really durable. Just glued at the top and at the bottom. Spit engineering. Okay, let's see here. So, let's see, the length of the leg is about... It's about like this. Just use a real monster, yeah. Too much upkeep. I believe the back legs are shorter than the front legs. Let's see. Let's take a look here. It certainly seems that way. Short back legs, yeah. the badger. In your sculpting travels, have you ever looked in taxidermy? I have. There's actually, I've learned a lot of just ideas and techniques through watching taxidermists do their work. A while back, I sculpted a bear sculpture, and I used taxidermy methods to the fur on the bear's body was all like using fake fur, mixed media, instead of it being hand sculpted, and it looked really good. I also considered if I was ever to make a life-size dragon or fantasy creature, that I would probably buy a taxidermy mold, a form, that's what they call it, taxidermist form, and use that as a base structure for the actual sculpture. So for example, dragons are very similar to horses or deer, or you could even use like a tiger or a lion, and just use that form as like a base model, and just kind of sculpt on top of it. It'll have all the hardware for hanging it up on a wall and everything, so. And the anatomy on those forms is perfect. You know, it's already really proportionate. Side view, they're fairly level, harder to tell from the picture. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. Fairly level. Some pictures seems like the backside is
Greetings, fellow adventurer.
a bit
We've
lower.
got everything you need to rest and refuel.
Yeah, the front shoulders are just a slightly. Oh, that's a honey badger. Oops. Hey, what's up, Sherry? How you doing? Thank you very much for the 5 months. I'll get you some wisdom here. Do you have a scheduled time that I go live? I do. So I actually stream twice a day, in the mornings and in the evenings. Except for Friday, I stream only in the morning. Monday through Thursday is mornings and evenings. Friday is just morning, and Sunday is class session. I don't know if I have any of my scheduling links on YouTube. Hold on 1 second. Alright, Sherry. The morning stream starts at 7 a.m. Usually goes till about noonish. The world is vast and full of wonder. Open your heart and your mind, and you will discover the magic that lies within. There you go, Sherry. Let's just go with a similar scale here. Is the dragon set up yet? What dragon? Dragon class? No, not yet. We still got 2 more classes to finish off the gremlin. We're making the bases, or the base of our creation. Then there'll probably be like another week gap, week or 2, probably 2, more likely. Okay, let's give these a little bit of a cut here. Oops. The evening streams start at 5 p.m. Usually go till 9. Hey, what's up, clown? Okay, let's see. I think that will be pretty good. Imagine the head is somewhere around here. I think this should be the right size drill bit we need. Drill some holes. Okay. Bend this so it doesn't want to jettison here. Not today. I think the approach we'll do is we will... We'll probably end up bulking in the body. We might do the oh yeah, I got a really nice big pile that needs to be processed down. I'd like to get some more, but I'm not gonna burden Bob. If he offers, I'll take him up on it, but otherwise I'll just be happy with what I got. So I'm wondering if I might actually sculpt the head of this creature. We sculpt the head first, then attach it, and then fill in the body. About the same size. Let me I'm gonna go refill my beverage and we'll continue. Be right back. All right. Let us continue. Hello, Vinny Veer. How are you doing? You know what we can do here is we can let's just kind of sketch in the actually I'm not sure that we need to do this. Probably the best thing for us to do is to just make the head as a separate entity. We can attach it to the armature here, flesh in the body. Well, I don't have any steel stick. Have to bulk this out. You know, let's just take a ball of cos clay, stick it on there, and then zap it with the heat gun. That should do the trick. Kind of like making the skull. That should be good enough. peek in, solidify this, and then we'll be able to add clay on top. All right. All right, let that cool down a little bit. It's hard to sculpt a complex shape onto a piece of wire, so it's better to give it more surface by creating kind of like a skull. Now's the time, huh? It does. Badgers are just raptors. Didn't bring any blades. Binding exact knife. Wait, no X-Acto knife blades? It's still a little bit too hot. Put the clay on there now, it'll become really soft. Yeah, they grub it up, just like any figured out that I've been battling this grass in the garden called quack grass, and it grows just like a bamboo does. It has a long, skinny, long root that goes. Here, I'll show you. So here's the ground level here, and the quack grass comes in about 2 inches deep. It's a long root, and then it sends up these little spikes that become the the blade of grass, just like that. And then it continues spreading that way. So the only way to get rid of it is to kind of get this this underground root, which is like about 2 inches below the dirt, up. It's a big pain in the butt, and if I cut it out and there's like a little segment still left there, it'll continue growing. So you have to get the whole, as much of the root as you can out. But anyways, so I'm constantly digging through the garden, fighting this monstrosity, and Annie is with me digging along, because she's also discovered that right at this 2 inches below the dirt line is the little grubs.
The strength of the Sea Knot Bush Kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Hey, Kirk, Shannon, and company. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. I was just describing how my dog discovered what grubbing is. Let me finish my story and I give you the official entrance here. So grubs, little grubs, live at that same dirt level, and Annie sees me digging around in the dirt and decides to kind of see what I'm up to, and so she thinks that when I'm digging around to remove the quack grass roots, she thinks I'm looking for grubs. So now she goes around, and essentially I trained her to get rid of this for me, because she goes around the yard, or in the mulch is where it is mostly. In the mulch, she'll go around and she'll dig down to this 2-foot section and dig the whole root out. But she's actually looking for the little tasty snacks under the ground, the grubs. So grubbing, yeah. So my little miniature pincher Annie is inadvertently helping me in the garden by looking for food. Okay, but that's what badgers do, I imagine. They dig a lot of roots and grubs for their food. So Kirk, Shannon, how you doing? Welcome. Never heard of quack grass before. Yeah, it's not fun. So when the quack grass sends up new blades of grass, it's got like a really like a sharp spike. It's not just like a weak little flimsy piece of grass that you can just lay cardboard on the surface to stop it from coming up. Oh no, this stuff will just poke through. So it's quite the adversary. But if you stay on top of it's constantly having to regrow, and you could starve out the root system by just picking it every time you see it. And what I did is around my garden beds, or any area that's a gardening area. So like say this is my garden bed area. I dig if there's grass growing right here, I dig like a 2-foot trench all along here, and then I put firewood into that trench. Kind of creates like a barrier. So, which means once I've gotten rid of the quack grass in the gardening area, once I've eliminated it, it's no longer a problem. Yeah, because the power of this grass is it comes in with like full strength, you know, with that root under the ground, and then creates full plants, you know. If seeds, you know, seeds blow in and land in here, it's easy to deal with those kind of weeds because they start off super small, you know. Problem with this grass is it comes in full force, you know, and then it's like setting up shop really quick because it's using the energy from out here, from in this grassy area, you know. It's like spreading that way. So, all right, it's enough garden ranting. Okay, let's add on our layers of clay here onto this little skull, and we're gonna be sculpting a badger head. At least getting the basic shape going here. What were you up to there, Kirk Shannon? What have you been up to? Anything crazy going on? Anything wild and crazy? Yeah, this is the sketch. This is the finished. I've decided to start sketching my work before I start diving in. So this was the sketch I produced. Just do it in one sitting. And then this is the detailed version. And now we're doing his companion. Hey, thanks. Yeah. How much is a ZBrush subscription? They're subbed by a lot of clay. You know, I mean, you could dive into the clay. What are your, I mean, what's your goal? What's your end goal for your art? Because if your goal is to, I don't know, is this something you do for a living or something you want to do for a living? Because it's certainly easier to make a living using ZBrush, playing around in the digital realm. There's just more direct kind of career path opportunities. Yeah, see, exactly. Because it's not easy. It's not easy to find a way in this digital world as a traditional artist, you know, without making sacrifices, you know. It's not impossible, of course, but the path is very unclear and hard to find.
Spare a coin for an old beggar.
My evening snack came early. Some strawberries and dark chocolate chips, cream. Hey, Energy, thank you very much for the 100 biddies. Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, thank you very much. The amount doesn't matter. It's the gesture. I appreciate that. Strawberries dark chocolate chips. I think it's just heavy whipping cream. Mm-hmm. $359 per year for ZBrush. I'm not sure I like that all these programs have gone to the subscription model. I mean, it's nice if you're somebody trying to get into it, but it would be cool if they had an option to just buy the program. Because we pay for the Adobe suite. Ina, my wife, she does all the film and video editing and all that stuff. She uses a lot of Adobe programs. It's like $60 a month. Everything's fair until a big company gobbles it up. Yeah. That's true, Clayton. I mean, out of the $60 a month, the amount we use that stuff, it's so worth it. But it's different for us because, you know, it's part of how we make our living. So cost is justified. All right. Well, let's just go ahead and wrap things up there, folks. I'll finish my snack and start winding down for the evening. Yeah. Right on time. What's up, Sarah? Paying to learn is greedy. Yeah. I mean, thankfully there are a lot of open source things available. It's always less than ideal, but you know. My next door neighbor asked me for a hand in a task building. They had a cabinet drawer that the face of the drawer where the handle is was like broken, and they asked me if I could make them a new one because the people that sell cabinets wanted to charge them like 200 plus for this replacement piece. So I said, yeah, you know, I'll try. And I didn't have nearly the proper equipment to do it the official way, but just using my belt sander, which was less than ideal, I was able to create the reproduction. But I was thinking to myself, you know, that's how you have to do it with anything. You have to make the best of what you have, even if it means doing things in an inefficient way. You know, you can get a job done or do something even though you might not have the fancy tools or the things to get it done the quote-unquote right way. You know, you shouldn't let that stop you from doing whatever it is. I mean, I could have just as easily said to them, oh, you know, I don't really have a planer, or I don't have this piece of equipment or that piece of equipment. But yeah, usually not having the right tool just means it just takes a little bit more time and effort to get it to be right, but that's all right. Make the best of what you have, no matter how much or how little it is, right? Necessity is the mother of invention. Yeah, right. Alright, folks. Hey, thank you all for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure. We got the cloak finished and baked. We got the base of the second character started, which means we'll now be able to bounce back and forth between the two. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, get some rest. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. We'll be working on Morgoth over there. Let's see. Let's find somebody. Let's find somebody to raid. It's Friday. It's already Friday. Combustible Dan. Glass blower? Sure. Let's do that. Combustible Dan. Alright, everybody. Till next time. Bye-bye.